Hello Idle Hero fans, thank you for joining me today for my third episode of my seasonal fresh account series. Sorry that it's taken so long to get back into this. I'll explain why in a moment, but first I would like to wish my sister a happy birthday. It is her birthday today, so if you guys could do me an awesome favor and fill up the comments with happy birthday Jess, that would be absolutely amazing. She's an awesome sister and a consistent viewer as well for my content. So you guys probably might know her from the Twitch stream. She shows up on the chat quite often. So yeah, happy birthday. Anyhow, sorry it's taken me so long to kind of get back into the ring again with this. I've been off for a while, mostly because I haven't really been feeling that interested in this season's, well, this seasonal, I guess. It just seems a little convoluted, and I get that some people might be looking for that, but I feel like others, or at least I imagine most people weren't really interested in a super complicated seasonal server like we got this year, or this month I should say. And it's kind of been a turnoff. I haven't really been that interested like I was last season, and I was hoping that I'd be able to maintain interest, and that's why I decided to start the series, because last season I was very interested, but this season just not so much. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm basically just trying to bang out the events. I'm still going to do a few of these videos, but most of them will probably just be weekly, so I'll probably do 2 more before the next event starts, and hopefully next season will be much better. Well, I guess it's not even better. It's not like the season is bad, it's just, it's not really what I was looking for. I don't think it was what a lot of people were looking for. But regardless, I'm basically just going to do a few more videos for this one, and hopefully next season will be more interesting for me personally, and I'll be able to actually make like more interesting content, because with this, I'm not even really sure where to start. I haven't really put too much effort into looking into like which heroes are best. It seems like most people have gone with a very similar setup. There's a few deviances, but most of it is just stick with Fortress and Forest to a lesser extent. But Fortress and Forest are just dominating. As for actually how to play the server, as I've said in my last few episodes, you're basically just trying to chain events together. You want your Militants event to chain into your Casino event, to chain into your Summon event, which chains into your Prophet Orb event, etc, etc, as well as proccing the Heroic Miracle events just for even more free stuff. And that's basically the way this goes. It's a very systematic approach, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I found it was kind of boring, is that it doesn't really make things any more complicated. It just, in terms of how you obtain your resources, it just makes it more tedious. And then on top of that, we do actually have a more complicated system for how to set up your teams, and I personally just don't really care about that. Like, I only play seasonal in the most part to get resources for my season 1. Oops, made a mistake there, because I have no choice. Due to the fact that they offer resources as a reward for playing seasonal, I don't really find myself as having much of a choice. I have to compete at least a little bit in order to stay somewhat relevant. And that's even if that's tedious, it's normally not so bad, because you can kind of play seasonal off the cuff. You don't really have to even commit that much attention to it. But this seasonal is not like that. You actually have to pay a lot of attention, and you have to put a lot of effort into it, and it's just, this is not what I was looking for when I wanted to play seasonal. Well, and I guess that's kind of a biased scenario, so I understand if people don't agree with me here. This isn't one of those things like Ormus to beat a dead horse, where I feel like I have actual data. This is just an opinion-based thing. I don't like seasonal in general, so when I have to play seasonal, I'm looking for something that I can just do very simply and I don't have to dedicate a lot of time to, whereas this really just doesn't offer that. So hopefully, like I said before, next seasonal will be better, but I guess it is kind of interesting in one way, because you do get to do a lot of different things. Like, you are kind of all over the place here. You get to do a bunch of casino spins, you get to do a lot of Prophet Orb summons, you get to do a lot of basic summons. It does really give you a taste for all of the gambling, I guess, for the lack of a better word, that this game offers. So if that's kind of what you're craving, this is a pretty good way to go about it, because it lets you binge a little bit, whereas normally with seasonal and the regular server, you kind of just have to, it's very spread out. With this seasonal, if you do it properly, you can binge on these kind of things, where you do tons of summons and tons of casino spins and tons of Prophet Orb summons, just over and over and over again in a very short period of time. So if that's what you're interested in, that's cool. And saying it now, it's like, I do understand that this is actually pretty optimal from a content creator standpoint, but I just, as a player standpoint, I really just can't find myself that interested in it, because this is not really why I play the game in the first place. I work in a lotto booth as well as a cigarette shop, so I sell lottery all the time, and this is no foreign concept to me, like just getting hooked into these kinds of little Skinner box traps, I guess, for the lack of a better word. And yeah, I don't know, this is just not what gets it for me. I like the long-term grind where I can kind of like use resources in an intelligent way to build up power with my team, and just making good choices that benefit you over time. And that's what I liked about Idle Heroes in general, and I find that seasonal kills that completely. So when you add a seasonal that the emphasis is on gambling, for lack of a better word, I don't really know. I don't really care that much. It's not what I'm looking for. But it does give me something to make content for you guys. So with this seasonal, as with the last few, I've actually decided just to stick with the Evil Aura, just because I never really played with those heroes much on the official server or on the private server, server 1. So it's always interesting for me to mess around with them here, because I know there's no real consequence for what happens. I can just kind of move on afterwards. If I don't like what the team ends up being, I can just forget it, and at the end of the month it changes to something else. But if you do want to prosper with the seasonal, you're definitely better off trying to get a Fortress team. Fortress is such an overpowered faction right now that there's not really much you can do to dispute it. You're going to have to do it eventually if you want to win. Not really what I like to say, but it just is that way. Now, what do I really want here? What is my team looking like? I have a lot of Walter. I would just need one more to have him ready for 10 star. I don't know if I'm really going to get that far along, though, is the problem. I can make one of these. I can make Balrog. Since I have a ton of Balrogs, I should use this one, though. Oops. Use this guy instead. I guess it's fitting that I would get a bunch of Balrogs. That's makes sense. I'll probably end up using him as fodder to level up Queen anyway, because I don't think I'm going to use him in my end team, but I can use him to level up Queen and get, of course, these here extra resources as well. Take that free summon. So what can I do with you? I have a lot of spirit and all sorts of things like that saved up. I have 5 Scree or Scary as well, so I might end up saving them too. So I'll use these. Level you up. Okay, I can use Balrog here. But what other ones would I want to use? I can't use the other Margaret, so I might as well use these fat moves. I don't like that move. Oh, I need one more. Do I have any other in the inventory? Yes, I have that Norma. That Norma that came from the challenge update, as well as... Wow, that's weird. That looks different. I haven't actually summoned a 5-star hero from Shard since they changed that, so that's pretty cool. Got a bit more gear and some more profit orbs as well, so I can... Okay, let's you, and you. Balrog. So we have... Need more promotion stone. Now that's a thing. I'm so far behind in the Tower of Oblivion. See, and that's what I'm talking about, where like it is good for a content creator when it comes to making videos, like if you have a lot of spins for like the casino wheel or a lot of summons you can do. But as a player, sitting through like 300 floors of the Tower of Oblivion when you're not very interested in the server is like, even if you're gonna make a bot for it, which by the way, I personally have no grudge against doing, or I don't hold it against people who do, because if you're gonna have to do this every month, do like 300 plus floors of the Tower of Oblivion, make a bot for it. It's such a tedious thing, and it doesn't take away from competition in any way. It's just getting some of the tedium out of the game. But I haven't done that, so I don't even know what floor I'm on in the Tower of Oblivion. Let's go check just for curiosity's sake. I'm actually on 109, so I've actually made a bit of progress. I guess I haven't really been doing enough. Can do a few more. It's going to take a while in order to get the amount I would need to level up Queen, though. Or I think I've been calling her Queen this whole video. It's Margaret, not Queen. What am I talking about? But she does amazing in the first slot. That's one thing that is for sure. Regardless to whether or not your team is Fortress, I think that Margaret is one of the best first slot units in this with this meta because of the way this thing works, where you get 100% attack and 50% less HP. It doesn't really matter if she dies too early. She probably won't get her ability off, but her toxic skin and then her death poison is absolutely ridiculous from the first spot. So if she does happen to get her ability off, then they're definitely screwed. But even if she doesn't, she's going to do an absolute terrible amount of damage. Terrible from your opponent's perspective, of course. So how much do we need? Ugh, still a nice bit. That's a problem. Alright, so what I guess I will do is I'll try to make some progress in the tower as well as in the campaign for the next video. Again, I do apologize that I haven't really been keeping up with the videos for this. I just didn't really like this seasonal. I don't want to harp on that too much, but I just wanted to have you guys understand why that it's been kind of falling off. I do still intend to do these kinds of videos, and I hope that the next seasonal will be more of my suit, which will allow me to actually enjoy it more and make more videos. I would like to do like 2 per week, which would be optimal. So 8 videos per season would be perfect for me. But this seasonal has just been a bit of a drag. But anyway, guys, I don't want to continue on with that too much longer. Let me know what you guys think I should do, though. Like, I'll try to do at least 1 more video per week for the rest of the month. So at least 2 to 3 more videos would be good. I don't want to... I actually, this is a perfect time. I will apologize to my guild VIP as well. I was with them last season, and we competed together pretty decently, even though I started late. I was able to, I don't think I actually competed in the guild wars with them, but I was able to keep my team relevant for the most part. So I do apologize that I've kind of fallen off this season. I haven't really been able to keep up with you guys. But I do thank everyone for watching, and if you like the content, make sure to thumbs up. As I said earlier, definitely flood the comments with happy birthday Jess. If you guys don't mind, that would be awesome. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. But as always, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and have a great night.